So I'm sitting here in my car with my overly priced caffeinated beverage because I'm an unstoic millennial snowflake. This video is going to be me completely misunderstanding Stoicism and getting angrily corrected in the comment section. Although, surely the most stoic response to this video would be to put your disagreements aside and just like and subscribe. The main issue I have with Stoicism is that it advocates or can easily fall into a passive acceptance of the world as it is. So Stoics claim that anger is basically a stupid response to adversity or tragedy, saying that anger is simply the manifestation of your unreasonable assumptions about the world, smashing up against the harsh reality of it. I disagree with that assessment. Anger is adaptive. Anger is an astonishing source of energy. Anger is an antidote to fear. Anger can be the impetus for positive change, both in yourself and for helping other people. There was a time in our evolutionary history where anger and aggression, which are related things but by no means the same thing, were much more appropriate and acceptable. When faced with a predator, or simply some competitor for resources, anger and rage could be the difference between you winning and losing that fight. In modern times, where we are, thankfully, much more domesticated, those traits are demonized, and it's quite easy to see why. The line between controlled aggression and toxic aggression can be very thin and non-existent. But to devalue those traits to the point of calling them stupid, I think is a mistake. When you have an assumption or expectation and it doesn't work out, anger can be quite a reasonable response. It can act as an energizer to make sure you put in the effort and don't make the same mistakes in the future. Ryan Holiday, who's an excellent author and kind of like a modern day Stoic, told this story, the details of which I cannot remember. If someone does know this, let me know in the comment section what the actual details are. There was this famous Stoic person who was taken off to be killed, and I believe they were in front of their family when this was happening. And as the guards took him to his death, he basically went there and accepted it without shouting or screaming or complaining or having any sense of resentment. There's a similar story about the philosopher Seneca, who is kind of like the original Stoic, when the Emperor Nero at the time ordered him to commit suicide. Again, he did so without complaint. Now, if we, hypothetically, injected a little bit of anger into those scenarios, although the most likely outcome is that it makes absolutely no difference, wouldn't you want to, rather than walking with the guards to your inevitable death, maybe try to grab the weapon off them and kill them instead? Or take the dagger that you're about to kill yourself with and try and throw it at the Emperor's face. So, clearly, the person with anger in those situations will probably have died in a much more embarrassing way. But I'm not sure that I see the virtue in the passive acceptance of it. Going down with rage in your veins is not a bad way to go, in my book.